Okay, what is up, y'all? Some days are brutal. Part two. Um, I'm bringing this part two. No, I did part one last night, so just bring you part two today. Didn't get to say everything I said last night because it was so late. But here is part two. Um, when you have a mental illness, having a mental illness is not easy. And one of the things that I wanted to say today was it constantly feels like that I'm always battling uphill. Um, whether it is professionally or personally, it always kind of feels like that I'm battling uphill. And it always seems like that I'm battling uphill when it comes to work, when it comes to things in my personal life. Um, and sometimes, sometimes it can be a great asset to me. Um, it can be a great asset to me as far as like working out or lifting weights. No, that can be an asset then. No, but it can be my greatest asset, and sometimes it's been my greatest liability because I constantly feel that I am behind other people. I constantly feel I'm behind my family members. I, I feel that constantly feel that I'm behind my coworkers or whatever it may be. I just feel that I'm constantly left behind, and I'm just asking questions every day. Um, um, what am I doing here? What is my. Sometimes I still struggle with a sense of self um, self worth, should I say? And like I said, um, I always feel like I'm behind. Um, I always feel like I'm the last man picked for everything. Um, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Um, Struggling with dark days. Um, um, you can do everything. Um, you can handle everything when you're going through a dark time or you're going through a dark day. But people may not notice um, exactly what you're going through because you don't give no signs. But I might have mentioned this last night. Um, you can uphold like all your responsibilities at work or whatnot, but then when you get home, no, you completely fall out um, just from just from holding it off. Then, like when you're all alone in your private space at home, it just comes falling down on you like a avalanche. So yeah, nights are usually the toughest for me. because I because I sometimes struggle with with a sense of self worth, and thoughts of suicide do pop up in my head, and I often ask myself, um, does my I um, often question myself as far as being with my girlfriend. I question myself, and I question if I am good enough to be with her, and those are the things that I struggle with. I ask myself, you know, I'm not where I want to be in life. You may not see it now, but it is really tough for me to talk about this. It is really, really tough for me to talk about things like this. But it has to be talked. Oh, but it has to be talked about. It has to be talked about. Um, Sometimes when I do something wrong or I make a mistake at work, I often think of myself as the stupidest person um, in the world. I often think of myself as the stupidest person in the world. And when you have a mental illness, you have a tendency to dwell on certain things, dwell on certain things that you thought you could have done better, or what not. No, that's something that I constantly struggle with. Um, Dwelling on things that I thought I could have done better or should have done better. Um, um, no, when you have a mental illness, also um, you can also feel it. You can also feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it in your head. You can feel it in your body because I do. I feel my anxiety all the time, and and depression mixed with anxiety, mixed with suicidal thoughts um, is um, is brutal. It's brutal. Another thing that I do is I'll turn my phone off. I'll turn my phone off for several hours. I'll turn my phone off for several hours because I just don't want to. I just don't want to be. Because I just don't want to be bothered by. Because I just don't want to be bothered by anybody. I just don't want to be bothered by anybody. Um, and and sometimes I'll go to bed super early. Um, I go to bed super early. which I have done. Actually did it last week, but um, I actually had a little bit of my my nose was like really stuffy, and it was so stuffed and it was so bad that I couldn't do nothing but go to bed early. So yeah. But um, yeah. I've been going to bed a little bit earlier than I normally do. Um, I've been turning my phone off for several hours, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to see anybody, not wanting to answer messages. So yeah. Um, I did not see my massage therapist um, because I was um, depressed, and I just saw her for the first time in a while this past Friday, and I told her what had been going on, and but but man, you just feel so alone. You just feel so alone. Um, you just feel so alone on your dark days, and um, and you want to tell somebody, you want to tell people, you want to tell somebody, but not everybody is, not everybody is qualified or needs to know what you're going through. Um, I have dark days at my first job, UPS, but you're not gonna know that. But my coworkers aren't gonna know that. I have dark days at my second job, but you're not gonna know that. You're not gonna know that. Um, some people just aren't qualified or need to know. Um, um, Having a mental illness is like having a wall built up, and you're constantly climbing the wall, and you feel like there is actually no end to climbing a wall. Um, and sometimes mental illness, it is really hard and it is really complicated to explain sometimes. And I said this last night. I'm gonna say it again. Mental illness is just so hard to explain sometimes that you can't explain it. It's just so hard to explain that sometimes you can't understand it. And and I do volunteer on the suicide prevention lifeline. No, I do that. I do that. Um, I have saved lives, which I'm very grateful to do, which I'm very grateful for. But but again, I have some days. Some days are just absolutely dark, brutal, and dreary. And nobody knows you're going through it. Nobody knows you're going through it. It's complicated, hard to explain. Hey, so yeah. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I will have a topic next week. Believe me on that. Thank you for everybody who has left kind comments. Checking me out on Facebook at Sean MC Farrell, or you can check me out at Instagram at Shao Khan Cowboys fan. I'm actually gonna leave the info in the video info below. Thank you for the kind comments. Thank you for the people who watch my videos. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for everything, and I will see you next weekend. Peace.